Crowdfunding, you still need a plan. In fact, you need a bigger plan because crowdfunding sites require a lot of effort and swag or stuff. You need to figure out your target, and you need stuff beyond just the mission of the ask. In email, you're saying you support this cause. You don't actually need to deliver anything other than the fact that you have an issue that people care about. When you go to Kickstarter and Indiegogo especially, you need stuff. This is a cost to you. It's a cost on your resources, it's a cost on your time, and I say that not to discourage people from crowdfunding because it can be very successful, but that it's a heavy lift. And if you're gonna do it well and be prepared. I know you have a lot of projects that are film oriented, and so there's actually a lot of data out there on Kickstarter, less so on Indiegogo, and I will go into that a bit more. I did email them for some stats so I could do a comparison from the Kickstarter film and video stats, for example, but they do not provide that information or make it public. So we'll sort of draw our own conclusions based on what we could find. But the main thing is that the creative industries support the creative industries. You are in LA, and the people who care about the work that is getting produced here also are in LA. Film and video projects on Kickstarter are most successful in Los Angeles, so that's a good thing. The bad thing, possibly, for almost everyone in this community is that Kickstarter will not let you run a campaign that has anything to do with a cause or a charity. That might eliminate this whole learning about Kickstarter entirely, but let's talk about it anyway, because there's possibly a way to spin the creative projects that get produced from here in a way that doesn't seem like it has anything to do with a cause or a charity. However, the case study that we talk about at the end of this didn't work out that way. But just a few differences, and the funding is all or nothing funding. If you don't reach your goal, you don't get any funding. That's the big difference with Indiegogo. Film and video is the most competitive category, counts for 51% of the successfully funded projects. But when your video or film is posted on there and it's with over 13,000 other projects that people are flipping through, if you're trying to reach a community that doesn't otherwise know you, it's hard to get found. Some other stats, it's obviously, while films account for about 51% of the successfully funded projects, 50% of projects total fail. And they fail big. Only 3% made it to 50% of their goal. Only 10% were able to reach 30% of their goal. 8.5% of projects received double their goal. That's really more the exception than the rule. Differences, Indiegogo, anything goes. I asked if, when I emailed them, I said, you know, if a film project is also affiliated with a cause, do you recommend people post in the creative section category or the cause category? I didn't get an answer back, sorry. Without that data, it's hard to know if you're more likely to be successful if you post as a film and video. It's possible with a little more digging, someone with experience in that space has a response to that. And I do want to share a link. The guy who runs Film Threat wrote a multi-phase blog on his experience running his campaign on both, and it's absolutely fascinating. And if someone is very serious about it, they should read his blog series, and we'll link that to everyone. The other main difference with Indiegogo is you can get, if you don't get fully funded and reach your goal, you can still get some of the money that was pledged. The other thing I liked, especially for this community, is that that of the active campaigns, 39% receive money from multiple countries, which is fantastic because I know a lot of the issues that come out of here are global issues. The successful campaigns, like anything anywhere, if you are on the home page of either site, you're more likely to be successful. Well, with Indiegogo, their magic algorithm can get you there, as opposed to with Kickstarter, where possibly a magic relationship to someone somewhere might get you there. So, something to know. With both sites, though, using video to promote your project is one of the most important things you can do. Setting a doable goal, which is a lot smaller than you might think. The goals that were most successful averaged an ask of $5,000 to $6,000. Also, the average campaign time that was successful on Kickstarter, 38 days. Facebook friends drove the most support, and you really need to get promoted by Kickstarter if you're going to be successful. We'll go to Indiegogo. Same thing, campaigns with a video ask raised 114% more, but it really needs to be 3 minutes. You're okay if it's 5 minutes, but it can't be more than a 5-minute video. If you offer 3 or more perks, you're more likely to be successful. The campaign should be less than 40 days, and it should be updated 5 days or less, so you have to be actively managing your campaign and giving people more material. New images, new perks, new updates on how the project's going. I thought this was interesting. If you've got 4 or more people that are actively doing the fundraising, you're 70% more likely to raise money than if you were a solo person just running a campaign by yourself.